If you invested your money 1 month ago into Chainlink, today that amount would be doubled. How good is that? Chainlink still a people's favorite. On the screen around 15 bucks. You can see the price changes in the last month by 100%. This video is kind of a sequel to our yesterday's video, but on even the grander scale. Today we are looking at a Chainlink in the last 5 years, that is from the inception of Link to 2017 in a search trend through Google Trends. Also, we are making technical analysis on the big picture, let's say almost the biggest one, monthly chart of Chainlink, to see where we stand and what is our prediction for the future of Chainlink. So without further ado, a roar to you. On the screen we are looking at a Chainlink in the last 5 years, what has been searched with that term. So we are looking at interest of people from the inception of this coin, Chainlink, your favorite coin. Chainlink started to exist around this time, in 2017. Last year, Chainlink was gaining its momentum, reaching 32 in the search engines. But then, almost a year after that, again, consolidation and nothingness. But now, in the last 2 months, Chainlink is having its brightest moment from its inception. As you can see, we touched the maximum interest of people last week. We touched the 100 level. This can serve us as a sort of an indicator of future price movements. As I stated in our last video when we did analysis on the weekly charts, Chainlink need a cooling off time. You see that the interest that we peaked was at the maximum a few days ago. We need some cooling time so that people regain their interest in this fantastic coin. But more on that, on technical analysis on the monthly chart versus dollar. On the screen we are on the monthly chart of Chainlink, data provided from 2017 till this day. Every candle that you see on this chart represents 1 month of price action. You see the constant uptrend that Chainlink is maintaining for 3 years straight on the grandest scale. But every trend, uptrend or a downtrend, doesn't matter, have its highs and have its lows. I believe that we are kinda entering the peak, the highs, and we are facing a pretty powerful resistance. And one trend line will show us that. Beware. This is the line that is pushing Chainlink down all the way from 2017. You can see the points of resistance, and obviously you can see where we currently. Do you believe that this time will be any different than any other time in the past? Now, if you think that is all the evidence that I got for you regarding this pullback that is in the making, you couldn't be more wrong, because yesterday I gave you clues on weekly charts. I'm giving you this trend line now, but far more even fascinating things is lurking from the dark. Check this out. If we use Fibonacci extensions tool, we are getting some very interesting results. What we did, now we used the low of the end of 2018, we used the high of the middle of 2019, and the lowest point that we had in March of this year. With that trend-based extension, we got a level. Keep an eye. Can you see this? Where is this month's candle bouncing off? We are hitting right at the 4 to 3.6% at around $90.7. So our resistance of $20 has been hit. 4 to 3.6% is one of the levels that is widely used in this projection. Practically, let's say, the longest extension out there that is in the making. Of course, there are plenty of others below and above, but these are widely used and commonly used. We touched this $20, which is at this level, and since then just having a retracement, giving us clues that pullback is in the making. But let's go a step further. If we use extensions, why not using a Fibonacci retracement tool? Since this is the tool that could give us some clues where are we heading with this retracement. And for that model, I will use a previous swing to try to get some data out of it. Now, we used on the Fibonacci this swing to the upside as our reference point. What did we get? We get a clear evidence that at the move from the middle of 2018 to the middle of 2019, the retracement that came after it ended right around the golden area, 61.8 retracement area, which was at that time around $1.8. You see that we are hovering around that area, and this is where we found our base for the next swing high. What are my thoughts? Well, since this swing high is practically the same, or if not the same, a similar type, let's use the retracement on it. So if we use this low and this high, what are we getting on Chainlink? Levels of support. We are currently hovering around 23.6%, around 15.5. Next stop, which I assume we surely will hit, is 38.2%. Remember this. That is just below $13. 12.89. Is the 50% retracement possible? Absolutely. So even $10.72 are possible, and is the 61.8 possible? Well, yes it is. Now you and I at this moment really can't imagine a pullback all the way to 8.5, but it's in the making. We had it on our last swing high. This is where we ended on our last move. Will we have something like this? By the statistic it's possible, but since we are just started a fierce bull market, the whole crypto space, my assumption is that we will have a slightly upper target, let's say. This is practically the most bullish scenario that I have, the pullback to $13, but pullback to $10 is still absolutely possible and even normal, although many Chainlink holders will panic at these times. Just remember what I said today. This will be absolutely normal, even a pullback to this 8.5. Okay, now I gave you plenty of clues. One final thing on the USD chart is this. Check out the volume. As always, the biggest volume in history of Chainlink. As I stated in our last video, big volume is most of the time at the tops sign of reversal in trend. Now you are maybe thinking, if you want to trade your Chainlink to Bitcoin, what is happening on that scale? Let's look. This is our Chainlink versus Bitcoin chart. And as in our previous example, the volume is huge this month. Probably a sign of reversal. People are gonna turn back to Bitcoin after this. One more drawing for you before you leave on your awesome lives. A parallel channel that Chainlink is traveling versus Bitcoin. Since the beginning of 2018, I'm giving you plenty of reasons to support. Following the support line, Chainlink price for a few years, always bouncing off, but also following the upper band of this channel, giving us clues where the resistance line is. And what do you know? The resistance line is just been hit. I mean, come on, the charts are screaming, pull back. And no, ladies and gentlemen, on this grand scale, we are in a healthy uptrend. Even bigger correction will not crush Chainlink ascending channel. Remember, a healthy correction in Chainlink upward movements versus Bitcoin versus US dollar, doesn't matter, is advised and really healthy for the coin in the future. I think that's enough preaching for today. Now what I do want to know is what you think about this idea. Please let me know in the comments. For any future update, also subscribe to my channel if you are interested in Chainlink and other cryptos. And until we meet again, the Cryptosaurus is roaring with you.